It's Market Day Report. USDA reports this week. We get a weekly export sales, that out in the morning, 8:30 Eastern, and a World Ag Supply Demand Estimate, or July WASDE, at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Let's go to the corn market. We've been seeing a higher trade now in the corn market. Maybe Joe Barker can help us out in just a little bit. September is a penny higher at $3.99, with the December contract up a penny at $4.15 1/4. And what about beans? Well, beans have been trying to move in higher territory but can't get it done. That's September back above $10 though, after dipping to $9.98 1/4, and the new crop November at $10.10 3/4, down 6 3/4 cents. Wheat market, we're watching September most active, up 1 penny, $5.48 3/4. And hard red, the September is most active and half penny higher, $5.23. And then the cotton market has been moving in higher territory. December up 51 at $67.89. All right, let's go to Wisconsin. Joe Barker's with CHS Hedging. Joe, what are you watching here?
Watching the corn market and seeing if we can get September to close above $4. I mean, yesterday was the first close below, and we've been above it and haven't been able to hold up there. We've had kind of a choppy session, but I think that's a key number if we can manage to close above it. Certainly paying attention to the crop as we're starting to pollinate here in the upper Midwest. Just yesterday, I drove down into central Iowa and back, through Rochester, Minnesota, and down towards Waterloo, and we're starting to see tassels up here in pretty good conditions. So that's out there, and certainly paying attention to that. Over on the soybean side, new contract lows in meal again today, and that downward spiral there on the meal market has been weighing on the soybeans. So that's certainly something we're watching. And then wheat harvest activity, certainly wrapping up in Kansas, wrapping up in Ohio, but moving its way north across the upper plains. And so we're continuing to hear pretty good wheat yields.
Now, is there any concern with USDA's report set to come out on Friday? Haven't heard anybody who thinks we could come out on the other side in positive territory, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I will say this. If you look closely at the planted acreage report that was put out on the 30th, even though they only lowered corn planted acres 100,000, they did lower the harvested acres by 600,000. And if the USDA fully adopts the 600,000 reduction in corn harvested acres and they don't adjust the yield, that would take 100 million out of corn production. So I do think there is a bit of a potential there that I don't think everyone's paying attention to that harvested acres number. So if you're looking for a bit of positive spin there. And then on the soybeans, it's about crush. What do they do with crush? For me, it's amazing how much we've shifted from, exports used to drive the soybean market to really crush is our number one demand by quite a bit.
Yeah, and the other side of that is, once we do that, what do we do with the meal? So that's another question, another day, right?
Yep, and I know you're getting ready to talk about livestock after the break, but new record highs in cattle and feeder cattle again today, contract highs. That should help corn demand some too.
Okay, I'm so glad you found some positive spin here for us, and we'll be watching for that report and see what USDA has for us. Again, it's Joe Barker with CHS Hedging. All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and talk about those livestock markets. Since Joe teased it, we'll do that right after this. Market Day Report continues.